Yeah, so guys, good evening. I started earlier this vlog, or rather the reaction, so that I can get time to do another one later and for a different channel. Good evening. In Kenya, we are almost approaching 5 p.m. I don't know wherever you come from, what time it is. I'll be welcoming you to my channel. If you come here, feel warm, feel welcome and relax. Let's go through this ginger from Nyabohanse. Of course, from my title, you can understand what I'm going to talk about. Guys, maybe a lot has already been talked about, but as I always say, this is my perspective, guys. So forgive me if this will not rhyme your perspective, but this is my take. So guys, it seems that Dimwango and MARWA are proving a point. They are trying to say that they are living their dream. So every time they walk around the village, they feel like bosses in Nyabohanse. I don't know what you think about this, but that is their feeling, man. So every time they have to remind us that hard work pays, right? That is the only place that that proverb applies, because if you go to other situations, like we go to work every day, but at the end of the day, the salary is quite thinning. And in fact, if you listen to these people, you'll be disgusted about your job and feel like I should just quit and get something running. So guys, let's chew they called it, one day Dimongo told people that I always what, and that is what feeds us. So let's continue guarding from there. Of course, reactors, we chew from what you give us. You spit, and here we are. Snoring around to find what you say. So I don't know if you saw this interview between Mawira and Dimwango, and people are like, yeah, that's what the great embrace and all that. So I don't know what you feel about it. So let's be going through this and see how actually Dimwango is trying to prove to us that she lives her dream now. Don't forget about the other video she did with the Burundian man. The Burundian man was being in the villa. I don't know whether he is still overstaying or he now left. The lazy man from Burundi. You remember the one that is taking a PhD and he said that something happened. I did not follow anyway. Why should I follow everything? Sometimes we just pick what we want to hear. Now, guys, this guy was at the construction site, and he was there proving a point that he's really struggled to find MARWA and Dimwango. He was also trying to prove a point that he's really struggled to travel from Burundi to Uganda to Kenya. And of course, we saw how the embrace in my 20s really had to pull him down and tell him that, what are you talking about? Because for me, I'm a woman and I've been, I do the road, I do go sleep wherever I sleep. And once I sleep there, then I wake up and start doing my vlogs. I don't rest. You know, this guy was a bit lazy. He arrived in Kenya and we didn't see him doing a lot. He was complaining about views on the channel, but he was not doing a lot. He was just in the villa, you know. One day, of course, he came up becoming an advisor. Sachin Kohli, here, whatever you mean. Maybe it's a greeting. Thank you. Welcome on board. You can give me a like as we start. You're the first client here. Thank you. And let's travel through this drama in Nyabohanse. So guys, Dimwango was like, yeah, I've made it, you know. And in that video, as the Burundian man was trying to prove that he's really struggled to get from wherever he was from up to the villa and then the construction site, Dimwango was like, you have to go for it. It's not easy. You know, people see people doing this and they think it's easy. It's not easy. You have really to work for it. And you have to go for it, you know. And that's how we are seeing. That's why in this video, I gave the title, Living Her Dream. She's living her dream. And guys, don't be surprised that even when you live your dream, hello Njuguna Joseph, welcome again. I remember you the other day. You are really here. You can give me a like as we go on and contribute towards our discussion. If you understand maybe the characters I'm going to talk about, the Ondari family, of course, every day I must do something on them because they are really G's. Yeah, I can see 6 people. Once you come in, welcome, give me a like. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing and let's travel together in this. They always say they shit as we eat, guys. What about that? Dimwango once told people that she always shits and we eat. Let's go through this journey. And of course, as people call her the Empress, of course, and she says she's a successful lady in her 20s. Of course, we can't dispute that, and I always say that I don't have to follow the age. Whether you want to say you are 10, 30, 40, you are allowed. What matters is what you are doing, and of course, we are seeing she's achieving her dream, and that's why I brought this topic today here. What do you feel about this? Yeah? So guys, let's see Dimwango in this interview with Mawira and how she is responding to some of the questions. Like she was asked, what motivated you to begin YouTube? And she said, my brother. She was asked again, who is number one inspiration? She said, it's only my brother, I don't see anybody else. And I was like, hey, come on, you mean the only inspiration in your life is Marwa, nobody else? Because we can have inspiration for what we like to eat, inspiration for how we work, inspiration for our wealth, you know. No wonder I was asking myself, why the Bila? Why not a maisonette or a flat or something? And I saw that she's taking the footsteps of the brother. That's why she says, yeah, I am doing great and I'm doing this through hard work. And so many people keep asking, why the donations? And she says, only Team D. What about that? So Njuguna, Sachin, Koli, and any other person who is on board, maybe you can help me understand this. Yeah? You can help me understand this. Now, let's just listen at the interview partly. We won't take a lot of time before we go to more videos and see evidence of what she says and why I say here that she believes she's living her dream. Maybe if we don't believe, she does so. Caro keeps asking, why can't she achieve her dream? Yeah, we see JT also asking, is she really doing good if she's borrowing and all that? So I'm here to ask you, do you think she's achieving her dream? Always ask these questions because, you know, people have different perspectives and I really want in my reaction to feel the other taste of other people, what they think about this embrace that is always dancing on the, you know, the channel. Let's look at this, for example.
Guys, there's some kids playing, so this has been closed. Dealing with kids is not it's crazy, especially African kids. You know, they grow up from young age. But if you haven't taken them to a school like Breban, nothing like that happens. They don't get punished. She don't want to hawk clothes left, right, center with a very heavy load of clothes.
Thank you, Grace Joroge.
Okay, just an online transaction.
I really love that support.
Because students want to buy credit, they want
Grace,
to pay money for exams, they want to
hi.
pay this. So somebody can just come and say, okay, take this money, do ABCD from your phone. So to me, that was like, okay, this is better at least. Because you know, in school, in the university, people do different types of business. There are those who sell things. You will sleep, you will wake up, you will do whatever you want.
Now guys, in this video, I wanted to understand what exactly was the motivation behind D, because she keeps saying, my brother is my inspiration, my brother inspiration. Yeah, Grace Njoroge, welcome to on board. Njuguna Joseph came on board, and we also have Sachin, Koli, some of them disappearing, coming back. So Grace, I really love your support because I saw you in another video and you watched and supported me. Now, guys, here, Dimwango is trying to prove to us that she started this journey when in college. In fact, she didn't finish her schooling because she says that her dream was to be maybe something into to do with the beautician or something. So she went from zero to hero or heroine, whatever. That's what she believes. I don't know whether you believe the same. Now, she tells us that the inspiration was the brother. And when the brother brought some money and told her to go on to, you know, YouTube, she did this because she did not want to struggle, like carry some packs on her, you know, back and sell clothes or do some heavy work. Now, today, most of us reactors are called by her lazy. Now, let's just listen to this Dimwango.
I hate I can't stop me from eating. Yeah, sure. I hate I can't stop me from going to take shower. You can't stop me from traveling, so your stay has nothing over my life. It's people who put excuses. Oh, because of the haters, I can't. No. You stop your own self. I just love. They have nothing to do with you. Nothing.
Yeah, so guys, in that video, of course, she was talking to naysayers. So if you are a naysayer out there, Dimwango is trying to prove to you that you can't stop her from breathing, you cannot stop her from showering, you cannot stop her from eating, you cannot stop her from spending in 5-star and 6-star and 7-star hotels, and, you know, taking to the flights, and having much and all that, building a villa. You cannot stop her. So guys, what do you feel about this? Because she's proving a point here, right? That she's living her dreams regardless of what the haters have, regardless of what the naysayers have. She's living her dream. Yeah. Yeah, guys, she's living her dream. Even as many donations still trickle in, and in the evening she says, thank you. And she says, you can send a bag. And she says, if you are Team D, you can send that. And if you are not, you can stop that. For you haters, if you send, she won't reject. After all, you send it. It will get to her and it will be used, right? So guys, you see, when she sits here, one of the questions that I saw Mawira asking her is, why is it that she's not doing any content with the Kenyan YouTubers, right? And what did she say? She said that these people are not there for her. And she even went seeking them and they were not ready. Now, the other day, I heard something about Miss Trudy, that they were doing content together with Miss Trudy, and when Miss Trudy was, overwhelmed by her, she laughed at her. I don't know about it. I'm not so detailed. If you know anything about that, you can maybe tell us, because that's what I heard on the streets. Yeah, I can see one person having joined us again. You can give me a like and proceed to our reaction. If you have any thoughts or ideas about what we are doing, you can also contribute. I'll really appreciate. Now, let's listen to that question here.
And Jesus had haters in this world. The people that Jesus used to feed, they betrayed Jesus. They killed Jesus. Yeah. They did everything to him. So who are you? You know, there are people who are just born to hate. Yeah, that is what they were brought to this world.
So guys, if you are out there and you hate D, she's telling you, you hate her, go to hell, because that is what you are born for. She's telling you to go to hell, because even if you hate her, she's not the first, right? If Jesus Christ was hated and betrayed by the people he fed, what about her? Yeah? So that's why she has decided she doesn't have to give a damn, right? But sometimes then I wonder why she rants about these people, because I feel like if she's free from them, then she shouldn't even be talking about them, right? That's what I feel in my view. That is, now let's go on to listen to
just to hate. And to make
100%. Yeah.
Video they watch now is 12 a.m. That you now they're making noise.
After doing what?
After watching you enjoying your
moment.
That's
a real fans in denial. Real fans, you know? Hey,
yeah, so according to Dimwango, she's living her dream, because if you are her hater, what have you to do? You have to go watch what she does. You have to go watch what she does. Like, if she's constructing, you have to go through her video every second. And that is why the other day I was talking and I was saying that I don't think Marwa should even block, or Devi should block, or Congrats Mama, or even Dimwango should not block the haters, you know. Some people just to be critics, not because that is what God made them for, but because that is what is favoring them at the moment, maybe giving them views, maybe giving them the light. You know, like if I write a book today, I wouldn't expect that everybody will be there to praise me and say you've done a great thing. I've gone about selling books, and people sometimes read a book and say, why do we have this spelling mistake? Why is it that this paper should be this instead of this? Why is it that this book is 200 pages instead of 150? Those are common comments. And mind you, most of these people, they admire what you're doing and they would wish to be in your position. I remember there's a time I went to sell books at a given place, and somebody was like, this book lacks clarity of content, you know. And I was put to a task to explain. When the person understood, the last question he asked me, can I do publication with you? And I realized, okay, that's an African way of asking for support sometimes. Because yesterday I listened to, there is this lady from America, Black American, who does content. She does a lot about Ondari family. And then she was like, yeah, maybe I can go ask Marwa for a shout out. And I was like, okay, maybe Dimwango says the truth. I don't know. I don't know about those who are watching me. What do you feel here? Now let's get to another part whereby she was asked a question.
Soon,
what she said.
Retiring. I don't know what they will be doing. They'll have to find a career.
Oh, Lolo, I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's true. True story.
Yeah. You know? Have you ever wanted to quit YouTube actually?
No, I've never. Because to me, it's where I store my memories, like I'm in this world for a period of.
Yeah, so guys, Dimango has already told us that soon she will be retiring. I don't know whether she's retiring from traveling alone, and she's saying that the haters or those who watch her, the naysayers who watch then make comments, will have nothing to do. They'll also have to retire. Guys, what do you feel about this? JT in the house, Karoti, and the rest of you. Trending, new trends on trending. Come on board and say, defend yourself. What will you do? Dimango is telling you right away. Even me and the rest who watch her videos and make, because I think the people who even benefit from her, not only those who do negative or positive, they are both, you know. So she's warning, she's putting a warning that, guys, I've lived my dream and I'm nearly retiring. So once I retire, where will you be working from, you know? Because you're just lazy gang, you know, lazy gang. The reactors who sit down and do analysis and watch her videos. So when she stops doing videos, what will you do? Because she's saying she cannot quit YouTube, but she is planning to retire. I don't know from which one, you know. That is also confusing me. Hey guys, it's confusing me because I'm not understanding where is she standing. Now let's proceed and hear something else here.
So even when I'm not there, they will know they once lived so and so. They're gonna
talking. He talks with so much courage. Like me, even if I die today, I know my name will be remembered.
so when you think they really care, they really don't. You know, just be you, live your life, and those who will like it will like it. At the end of it all, you know, you don't need to please.
Yeah, for her, she doesn't give a damn about pleasing people, you know? What do you think? What's your idea? Should we please people? Should we live our life? Of course, many times we live our life, but sometimes the society is like, it's not a vacuum, right? Somehow, in one way or the other, you find that you have to, in one way or the other, like, I want to look at the situation whereby she has now about 40 workers at the site. Sometimes what she does to them matters because people in the village normally circulate a lot of negative information. And if they give negative information about you, it will matter. It will matter a lot, you know. The legacy you leave behind is not only in terms of building, you know. It's more on a name. There's more on a name. They always say even when you read the Bible, there's more to you than just material, you know. And that's why I want her. Maybe if I would have an interview with her, then that's what I would ask her. I would ask Dimango, you always say that you do not care about what people think, what people believe, what people will, you know, whatever they believe about you, you don't mind. But then, do you only live for leaving your name as a traveler? Do you only leave your name as somebody who constructed a home, or there is something more? Like, which people did you embrace from zero to hero, you know? Because if we compare her to her brother in Marwa sometimes he talks, he says he will not help. But when people stream into the villa, he still helps. Maybe giving a shout out, maybe ensuring that he gathers donations, regardless of how ill people are talking about it. You remember the other day there was this Baba Mora or somebody, and there was also another young man from Eldoret. And they came without appointments. He embraced them. He did give a shout out to their channels, and they are growing, of course. The Burundi man was also there, and he did something to him to support him. So, guys, my question is just, if I would have a chance to ask Dimango, I would then ask her, do you only live maybe to ensure that you construct, and then you show that you used to travel and nothing more? That would be my question, because this is what she says when she's asked.
You follow your heart. You come first, then the rest. They can say whatever. But still remember, you are in charge of your life. You're as good as your imagination. You're exactly who you think you are. And dreams are valid at the end of the day. You know, it's all about deciding and being like, me, I just want to do this. You know, it's as simple as that, you know.
Guys, in case you're joining this premiere, we are having a chit chat with Dimwango, one of the best.
Yeah, so you understand in that question, when she was asked, she said she's living her dream. Live your dream, you know. Live your dream. No matter what people say, live your dream. I don't know whether you agree with her or disagree, or you think she hasn't lived her dream. What exactly do you think she has not achieved or she should achieve?
You cannot skip sleep. You have to keep going on the move, you know. Working hard is a must, you know.
Okay. Do you ever feel pressure to keep up with a certain image online?
Never. The only pressure I have is asking myself, am I better than who I was yesterday? The year is coming to an end. What have I done, me as Dimwango? Me keeping up with social media pressure, I am not there. That's not part of me.
YouTube drains YouTube. Can you confirm YouTube can do that lifestyle?
It's scared. If you doubt, go and Google who is Mr. Beast. And then you will
So
see
guys, if you know Mr.
If you don't know
Beast,
Mr. Beast,
if you know Mr. Beast, make me aware about Mr. Beast, because here Dimwango in her conversation with Mawira came up with that name, and I was like, okay, so what has Mr. Beast done? You know? So she was referring to Mr. Beast, even though in her conversation she said the only inspiration she has is her brother. And the only challenge she has in life is to be better tomorrow than yesterday. Yeah? So guys, is this the same way you feel? Do you always feel like you should be better tomorrow than how you are? And do you work towards it? Because she said here that hard work is necessary, right? Let's get to...
Guys, we're almost coming to the end of the video, and
have made it. That is completely nothing. You go to other countries, you look at it, and you're like, wow, oh my God. Like, every day you're like, wow, there are people living life here. People have made it. People are really successful, you know? So that's one thing for sure. I go places and I'm like, wow, you know?
Who has been the most inspiring person that you've met on your journey?
Listen to that
question. My
question.
number one inspiration, because through him, I believed in myself, and I knew I could also be successful along the way, and I truly thank God for him, because he's the reason of who I am today. So he's my number one inspiration. Me, I don't know any other person. He's my number one.
Guys, do you believe that in the life of Dimwango, the only inspiration she has is Marwa? If you believe that, you can also drop a comment. You're free to say, to give a comment. I can see more people coming, others disappearing. If you've come and you are new, you can like my video and maybe drop a comment in relation to what I'm doing, because the topic, of course, is there, so that we understand. Are you in this tingle with Dimwango? Dimwango telling us that the only inspiration behind her success is the brother. And the only dream she has is to be better tomorrow than how she is today. And the fact that traveling all along the world makes you see that you are far behind, you know? Is it possible that you can feel that you are far behind even without traveling? Like the way she has done. Of course, she has done 70 countries. Some of us have done maybe 2 or 3. Yeah? And we have not even documented it. For her, she says she always documents for historical purposes, so that when she grows old, now she has switched her years, because the other day there was really a lot of fire on streets, YouTube streets. And people are like, did you say you'll retire at 30s? And that is when you'll be old. I even thought that since when did an African say I'm old when they're 30? And when you look at the graph of growth, people go up to maybe about 50. That's when people are stabilizing. So I've seen in today's video, she said that she would retire at 60. Was it? Let's just play it a little bit.
Yes.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to start a travel channel? What's your ultimate dream as a traveler?
My ultimate dream as a traveler is to go every country around the world at least once. You know, at least once. Yeah.
Alright, guys. So this is Dimwango. Now we are getting to. I don't know what comes in my mind. It's something like there's a crazy feeling that it comes up with you, like when you're next to the water.
Where I went to the most beautiful and so many waterfalls in my life is Jamaica. They have so many.
TikTok or YouTube Shorts?
YouTube Shorts.
Oh no, of course, yeah, the bag is coming.
Me, I don't even have a TikTok account. I don't remember the last day I went on TikTok.
Wait, what?
I don't remember the last day I went on TikTok. I think even when we don't call each other, we know we are okay, because
he was called, hey, but you is here, but you couldn't. Man, this is always crazy.
Yeah, so guys, that is Dimwango for you. Let's get to another move, because I had an idea of looking through like 2 different videos. Let's now look at Marwa before we can even come back to Dimwango again. Now, I looked at some comments on the comment section, and someone was like, hey, Marwa is the intelligent YouTuber in Kenya. He wakes up, He only shows up little of his progress and people flood there and give views. What is your thought, you know? And I was like, hey, some people are very lucky because for us, some of us really struggle. You talk a lot. Sometimes you do research. I've even tried to travel just within Kenya and do some blogs and you hardly get views, you know? Is it because of popularity or fame? Maybe if I get an interview with the MARWA, I would ask that. Is it because of fame? Maybe you do something outstanding or, you know, out of ordinary that people will now want to recognize you one day. And of course, in the video that we just ended, we saw that, Dimongo was clearly saying that when she was starting YouTube, people are not ready to do with her any content. And no wonder that currently she does not have any interest in doing content with Kenyan YouTubers. And I was like, okay, what about us who are crawling? Couldn't she want us to just do something with her so that she uplifts us? Or does she feel betrayal around her all along, that even for those who have not made it, make it on your own? Is that her thought, you know? That was just my question, because I think somehow the people she calls haters, maybe they derive their hatred from that. I don't know. For me, I don't know her and I wouldn't hate her, but I would critique some of the things she says or does, you know, or how she does it. So let's now look at Ian MARWA. Of course, Ian MARWA living his dream in the villa. Of course, the latest being the creation of the park, you know. So let's start here. So I looked at this and I saw how they are really bringing down everything else in the... And he was directing, you know, a big boss. He's a big boss, waking up, though he still wakes up so early. We see him by 6, he's up. So he's living his dream. Is he really living his dream? You know, when you are kids, we used to think that if somebody becomes a boss, then they'll sleep for more hours and, you know, they'll also come to rest early. When I look at MARWA, he wakes up so early. Sometimes goes a whole day without food. And then he comes to the villa, he sleeps again late, and he wakes up early, and I'm like, okay, is that living his dream? Is that exactly the dream he wanted? If I have an interview with him, that is something I would ask him and ask. Throughout your life, when you are doing all this progress, did you ever imagine what time you would sleep and wake up as your dream time of sleeping and waking up? You know, because now, see this, it's very early in the morning, MARWA is here. Yeah?
Hivyo itakuja chini yote, uchunge mawera itakuja kwa uso yako. Haya, shika wewe hiyo uvurute kwako mawera. Mchunge tatereza hiyo mbao ikitereza.
So guys, I thought in my own view when I was watching, from the way I've been watching MARWA, I thought maybe living his dream is this aspect of being a boss, just making people do things as you just use your mouth, you know, telling them, you used to call them Indi Nyapara or something like that. So you just instruct, do this, pull this, do that, you know. Even when you go to the construction site, you're like, carry that to there, place it there, you know, dig holes to this level. And I thought that one maybe it's how he's living his dream, actually, because now when I look at waking up and sleeping, he wakes up so early, sleeps so late. Sometimes he spends a whole day without food. Sometimes I also look at the kind of food he eats and I'm like, okay, yeah, sweet potatoes like every day, I wouldn't prefer that. I would have maybe sweet potatoes today, cassava tomorrow, bananas the other day, arrowroots, you know, variation, man. That's the dream, the kind of dream I would think. But if I get a position to just interview, I don't know, maybe one day it will happen. But then I'll ask him, is this your dream? Like waking up so early, sleeping so late, and then the whole day, sometimes he spends without eating, he only eats sometimes late in the evening. Is this the kind of dream he had? Maybe fellas, you can assist me to understand, you know? Now let's get back to see this.
Unajua mimi nakwambia kitu lakini unaweza kusikia. Ilifaa ikuwe mwisho. Haya, gonga hiyo mbao ile moja ile. Hata hiyo misumari. Hiyo vibao mlikuwa mnatoa moja kwa moja. Bora, hizo vibao utoe moja kwa moja. Hivyo. Acha kusumbuka, beba hii kitu moja mshtua kunje. Hiyo ni gonga hizo vitu zitaharibika. Next, tafuta binding kwa hiyo. Mzima. They asking me why always every corner there is one trapper left. It's coming my way. No. So. Haya, muone wale vijana mlikuwa hapa. Vijana wa nyumbani watapata shilingi 200 na wengine wapate 400.
So finally guys, yeah, you can hear the instruction of the boss, right? So I think Marwa believes he's living his dream, or so it may, because now here he is there instructing, commanding as the designer and the, you know, the architect behind, the brain behind this modern, you know, parking. So he instructs as they do. And some of the workers there are very old. You can see actually from the video. And they do a lot of work very fast. And he's going to pay each 200 shillings, maybe the rest 400, because he says he pays them salary at the end of the month, so he cannot double pay. In fact, here he said it. Let's listen.
333, because they can go 2 years. People ignore the small money.
Yes.
People think big money are the things that make things happen. No.
Small money.
Mawera, even in your whole month, you can't make even 1 kilo like that.
Actually.
Exactly.
Actually. Yeah. So
even 2, even 3. Yeah. Because 3 is 1, 2, 3, 1 month.
Right.
Why? Mwanza kufanya nini? Na tumemaliza kazi.
I'm trying to get some land somewhere in Kirinyaga.
Yeah, muru umekuwa ni kitu tumekuingia. Now also. Imagine you are finishing and they want to bring accidents. You know, it happens like that because the mind is tired and the mind does not concentrate.
Tell you something.
Yeah.
You see, most time a person going to his house, he will far away, and he never have accident until when he near to his house.
The first part of this video, we were creating. Guys, first I want to say once you are thinking about up here, then you push within what?
Yeah, so guys, this is what I was just asking you fellas, and from my reaction, that's what I feel that Marwa feels, or he's rather a boss, because he chooses who to work for him. He has many people willing to really work very hard, very fast, and once they finish, he's there appraising and making videos. Guys, if not a boss, hey, if not a boss, who is that? You know, just waking up early, then taking a video of your home, taking people to the parking lot, how you are now removing the strutters and all that, and then at the end of the day you say that thank you for watching my video, and people watch, a lot of them. You know, if not a boss, why? What? You know, that was my question, and that is related to my topic today. Let's go on.
Guys, first I want to say hello from my sister's construction. Today I didn't show up here because I was preparing wood for tomorrow, or timber you can call it. I have Jamaican uncle here.
Yeah, right here.
Uncle, look how beautiful it is.
Man, it's so beautiful.
Look, even I feel like this sugarcane.
Yeah, so guys, after coming from the parking lot, after removing all the timber that will be required here for the sister Dimwango in the construction site, what does he do? He goes to that site again and he mixes it with the other video, and we go on watching to see whether there are gaps, to see what positive aspect we will do. Who can do this if not a boss? Yeah. So man, he's living his dream. Yeah, he's living his dream. So let's get to here. He just has to come here and make comments about the construction side of that.
This is, hey, what? We call it once and for all.
Yes.
Once. So tomorrow they will be working. Even me, tomorrow I will be here. I will put my boots on the ground because we finished removing those trappers. Guys, welcome to MARWA again. I know you've seen the first part of this video. We were creating, we were removing some trap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. It. So let me see. 1, 2.
Gonna be strong.
So, but one thing, this house that I say that I have a small complaint. We've put these pillars very close.
Too close.
Too close.
So guys, Dimongo is constructing this villa, you know, and everybody's like, embrace, go forth, congrats. Of course, everybody should congratulate her for whatever she's doing. It's not a small project, right? Having 30 workers at the site every hour, you know. Guys, can you manage that? The haters in the house, can you manage that? You know, are you able to do that? Can you even stop her? You can't, right? So let's get here and here. MARWA is here to comment, you know, and what he says, the pillars are too close. He was here as with the engineer, right? But he did not say it. Now he's saying it now.
But the beauty of that is this house can carry anything.
Yes.
10 helicopters will put on top of this house. Because this distance anchor, what will break it?
No, can't break it. Man.
And on top, you are putting D20.
Yes.
Bigger metal than this one. This is D16.
Why? Because of the swimming pool?
The design of the house. But even me, if I was the one, for example, my house, one pillar was there, another one is there. And then I put a 20 up. Yeah. But this, you see, here. It's too much. And again, remember...
So guys, that is the man living his dreams, right? The man living his dreams. The sister is taking his footsteps, but she's trying to make hers better. Because she said she's going to make her villa to have 2 swimming pools. One underground, another one on top. On top, guys. So wait until this villa will be over. And you'll see the real queen in the house. Now let's get to finish this so that I can go to ROCIO.
The most expensive thing when constructing. Nothing. There is no way you can tell me this thing can sink.
No, it won't sink.
And again, look at You know what you need to do? Like these ones, they will start them in the morning.
Now here they are with the brother.
Yeah, he bought 20 bags.
Wow, thank you. That is one of our subscribers. Surprised my sister from France.
Even some of them, actually, they are my moderators.
Oh.
He sent me like 24,000, another one 13,000. So all of them sermons have been used here.
Oh my
Even right now
God.
they're in the store. I need to check. Where is Boy?
But the guy has the key.
Yeah, those are the bosses for you, right? Living their dreams in a way that even their moderators, their subscribers, they're supporting them even without asking for it, right? Do you have people out there who can stand with you? Those who are not family members, if I may ask. Do you have any, if I may ask you? And MARWA is here giving us a story about how many have done this to my sister and all that. And of course, that is out of being living your dream. Yeah. So, Dimongo and you know, MARWA are trying to prove to us something, that if you are living your dream, you will have people supporting you. You will not even have to buy anything. You will not. You just come out and say, I need support. If you have a cement, you can send. And they send, man. That's what to be a dream person, you know, living your dream.
This week, you'll start smiling. I'm telling you, and in 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. They didn't hire. Oh, guys, we are here with my sister. Sister, how are you?
I'm good.
How are you feeling in your pocket?
Now, Dimongo is saying her pocket is empty. But I don't believe it can be empty. Why?
Will be poured in here. Guys, you see that one hole?
Pesa ngapi? Tafuta uone kama umepata.
Ulikuwa umesimama hapo, alafu ukakimbia hivi kando.
Hiyo ni sadaka ya Wacha tafute. that is guarding. Pole pole tu Mosavi. Hey.
While growing up, that's one today.
Let's go this way. We see if we can get to Mosavi.
For hours. It's me who they will call.
That is true. A construction site. But the good thing is we have a fence. They will be asked what are they doing inside here. Who invited them?
Yeah.
You know, once you have a fence, look your bottles.
Yeah. Yeah, brought them.
Yeah, so guys, you understand now my topic. The reason why I gave that topic here is as a result of what is happening in Nyabohanse. Construction going on, and of course you understand very well, it's Dimwango's construction in progress. And guys, they are feeling like real queens and kings. We always call Marwa the king of the swamp. And here it is. Yeah, she's proving a point. Yeah. Now I want us to go through ROCIO finally. I was not able to download her video, but I think it's here because today I was looking at two people, ROCIO and Marwa. So let's get to have this. Hey. So guys, let's come to ROCIO. Do you know ROCIO? The other day I made another video in relation to ROCIO wanting to, you know, do we call it assimilation? To be assimilated in the villa, you know, or rather in the village. And she was really trying to embrace African culture. And some person was like, she's not, because she's not able to take care of the baby the way Africans do. And I was like, okay, she's not really made it, but she's really trying, because if you look at the things she's doing of late, she never used to do them, right? The funny thing about ROCIO is that, I don't know, she doesn't feel like she should listen to the mother-in-law. Of course, all of us, somehow, I don't know why people always feel like whatever the mother-in-law says is wrong. For me, I don't consider that all that they say is wrong. Sometimes they attack you, but sometimes they are just right in whatever they are saying. So let's get to a video here about Conqueror's mom, right? And let's just look at it briefly. Somewhere, briefly, before we get to her cooking skills. Now, remember, she has really been complaining about cooking. She says even her boyfriend used to make her delicious meals. She says that she doesn't like cooking, it's not her thing. She says that maybe she can only cook, is it bueno? She can only prepare buenos. She always says, you know, such comments, and people are mad about it at some point. Then the other thing she does not like is having so many people in the villa, right? And sometimes she complains about it a lot, you know? So when she complains, people are like, why is she complaining? Yet, Marwa likes people. The reality is that, you know, you find that a lot of times he is there with people. And the other day I said that if really ROCIO thinks that they'll change this place, maybe it's in a dream, because it may not happen. It may not happen. So in this video by Conqueror's mom, known as the kitchen garden, after she showed us everything around, she came to the villa, I believe, and Marwa were not in. And many people have done some things about it, but for me, I want to focus on a different thing here as a reaction. So let's just see. As they open the gates. I want you to observe keenly. I want you to observe keenly how ROCIO will pass by the mother-in-law. That's what I want, yeah? Here, let's see. As the king opened the gate, look at that.
It's been a while, guys, since I showed up at my mom's YouTube channel. Let me close, mom.
Look at that look.
My mom. We left early, mom, before it got dark. So So now it's that. Guys, what's up? It's Marwa here. Say hello to ROCIO.
Hello, guys.
Yes, we are
Now,
coming
I
from the
want you
farm.
to really look at that again. The way Marwa at least pretends to respond to the Marwa at this point, pretends at least to talk to the mother and show some little respect. But ROCIO, hey, ROCIO proved some point. She was such, in such a mood, like showing all the mood, to this mother-in-law. And I think congrats, mom is a soft mother-in-law. I wouldn't really take, her for a grudge or something for whatever she comments. And of course, she was meaning well for the grandson because, of course, it was very late in the evening. And that time we expect that any mother would cover the baby. I believe even whites or whatever. I don't know. What is your opinion here? So let's look at this again. Let me take you back just a few minutes. Before they open the gate, the mother says, "Sindio how?" Meaning they are coming, right?
That the boys have already gone up to look for me. They left me when I was taking the kitchen garden. Okay, open for me, I go.
So of course she's from inside. She's going away because they left her. Then she says, there they are coming.
Sukuma.
Push. I want you to look at ROCIO's face. The mother speaks in Korea to them. The mother is struggling to close that gate. What was that? I didn't understand. And that look. And then she asks the daughter-in-law, "You didn't cover the baby?" And see how ROCIO just goes by. She doesn't even respond, man.
Hello, guys.
Yes, we are coming from the farm. My children sleep.
Thank you so much.
She sometimes say just get a sweat and cover the door. Guys, we're here with mom. Mom, come.
Let's repeat that. Yeah, so guys, I think many people have made comments about this video, but I was not going to bear much on that. I just wanted you to look at the outlook because we are focusing on ROCIO in this video.
It's been
and especially cooking. Remember, Marwa keeps saying that a wife should cook to be a material wife. If you watch that video he was making with the sister, Dimwango, they said a wife material cook, right?
We left early, mom, before it got dark.
So look at her, the way she goes without speaking.
Hello, guys.
She's a bit moody.
From the farm. Maisha is asleep.
Then listen to what Marwa will say in Kiswahili. You know, when he switches to Kiswahili, there's something.
Thank you. How are you? How is Maisha?
The change of topic, the distance between them. We can read. Yeah, you always push my wife so much. Why can't you just say go get a sweater for the baby?
Guys, we're here with mom. Mom, come. Because I'm very tired. Have you visited Sister D?
So then that is when they plan to go see his sister D. Now let's go to the video that she made. Let's get to the video that she made saying that she's preparing. Of course, there is another she started preparing and she says the knife was lost. I think she was not just psychologically ready to prepare. Now let's get to this one and do some reaction over it. Thank you for coming on board. Please like my video as we go by. So of course in this video, is it my dinner? Is it this one really? There's another video by ROCIO, of course. Where was that? Where Uncle Mo comes in to help in preparation of the here. Let's see here. Yeah, here. So remember in her video, she tells us that she had asked Marwa to bring some bones. She wants to prepare bone soup. I don't know for the baby, possibly because the mother-in-law has been asking her to feed the baby on something solid than milk alone. Of course, weaning of the baby is necessary all the time for mothers. So, we see that ROCIO now receives the bones here. The bones are delivered to her. Let's look at this. After they have really done the part of the dismantling the parking lot, the bones arrive. Let's look at this, guys. The arrival of the bones. Yeah, here there is.
Nice, man. Very nice. Very nice. I love it.
I'm so shocked.
Hi, sir. Welcome to Africa, little girl. Welcome to Africa. Let me take a thumbnail with this. I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
Uncle, nenda what? You burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Heavy meals for a strong man. Yeah, man. This give you a lot of gum, you know? Take a picture.
So guys, after delivery of these bones, remember that day she had said she's going also to prepare something else. And of course, she started her video when she was already eating it. Let's see this. That is it. So of course, in Kenya, we call that kaimati. And the preparation is different from kangumu. For kaimati, you normally have to ensure that you are using refined sugar, you're using, refined stuff. Even flour, you must be very careful. Then it must be soft and round, Making balls is not difficult, is it? So, ROCIO in this, she shows us preparing this.
I tried to make a live stream that went messy.
Let's see here.
So,
of course, here she does it here, mixing
and on
first.
This side, I have oil burning.
And lucky today she's using a gas cooker.
So now I will use 2 spoons to spread them in the oil. You will see, and I just
let's just see here. She's tasting.
My dad is able to even give them like outside. They get crunchy from outside, very soft from the inside. But still, now they are more soft and more, spongy. But still, like a feeling that they are not well cooked, and I do believe it's for the sugar. It must be the sugar. Otherwise, there's not much I'm doing different.
Are you sure, Cabrera? Are you sure that it's just sugar that made it what it is? Because I can see it's a bit of scorched on one end. You didn't even realize that the color is not, it's not as it should be, If you understand what I'm talking about, if you look at this, it's not as it should be, right? Let's see this. Look at that lower part. It's a bit of dark, right?
Definitely.
And
but
I noticed
they are not so sweet like yesterday. Yesterday was too much.
So guys, sometimes disconnections really bother me, because when it disconnects and comes back, I can't turn my camera. I cannot see even the comments. I can't see people who are chatting, but I'm sorry for that. So as I had shown you, if you look at this video, actually, you realize that some of this kaimati, or rather bueno, are scorched. And I was surprised ROCIO did not discover that. She went about just distributing with all, because when you prepare food and you realize it is scorched and you want to show on camera, you remove that which is scorched so that you are only showing the best of your cooking, or rather baking. And she's complaining about it. She's saying too much sugar. You know, we normally have to know quantities. I don't know whether she's good at measuring quantities, because the crunchiness of kaimati or donut or kangumu in Kenya is as a result of how did you mix. Like sometimes even margarine can be there, butter if you want, milk if you want, sugar. And sometimes we don't use refined, we just use the normal sugar, but you ensure that you dissolve it in warm water before you can use it. I don't know. Maybe she needs to, if she's interested in cooking, she can learn more from more women around the village, as long as she will embrace people, because that is one of the things she does not really like. So let's watch this a bit, and you see the scotched kaimati here.
Making, yeah. Huh? Yes.
You can right now?
No, not right now.
Alright, let me go and take your internet and find this thing here.
Okay.
About.
Okay.
You're gonna take me over to my good.
Okay. Okay, let me try. Marciana, one.
So we saw her giving one around. But if you are very keen about the color of the donuts, you can actually see that those buenas, some of them are black.
I was able to live Maisha in the kitchen with me.
So actually you can see some of it is black. And I do not bring down her cooking, but just look at that, you know. Look at that, as Gitriba picks.
Ben, kucha. One manasi.
Look at that. Some are scorched, literally.
Yeah, these are it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Aye.
Very sweet, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I'm not sure, as Gitriba says, very sweet, thank you so much. Is it just to please her? No one is giving that comment to make her understand that there is something wrong here. Now let's come back to the other cooking of the bones, man. After reception here, of course I showed you the reception already, but we can go back to it. When she receives the bones and she's decided that she's going to cook it. Let's see here, from this is where it starts. And Uncle Mog comes to his intervention, to her intervention, because she would not have removed the skin. There it goes.
We are reading the fire in the African way. How do you call it?
We call it we burn the cow foot.
We burn it?
Yeah, we burn. That's what they're gonna burn the cow foot now. We do that in Jamaica.
Oh, so Uncle is saying what we are.
Boy. And the cow foot now you're gonna stew it down.
Yeah.
Or anything you're gonna stew it down, even like when they cook the chicken.
Yes.
To give it that brown color, we add a little inside here.
Okay.
Add a little and make it have a brown color.
Okay.
Because we don't eat when you cook like that. We don't make
So let's get to another part of the video. Let's see what happens somewhere else in the video. Then we can maybe again look at the comments here. Here. So she comes with the vinegar.
I have apple cider vinegar, and I'm going to add for this
And
amount.
she adds.
I will add like 1, 2.
She's not sure how many she will add in the first place, but she adds up to 10, guys. So then somebody asks, in fact it was Uncle Mo, I think, who asked, why did you add that? What is the value? Let me see.
We'll add the vegetables.
Yeah, let me go for water, then.
Okay.
Rocio is saying it Google and tell us the importance of
9. Okay. 10.
I'll show you that particular part.
Added. Now we add.
Yeah, I'm asking you the.
So let's get to Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo the clown is very intelligent. I never thought so. So of course he asked, because when you're preparing food and you want to show the world, you should tell us why you're adding something. So Uncle Mo asks this here.
The question, maybe I'm irrelevant. You are at the right place. All the work of this here.
Listen to
I
her.
have to Google.
Listen to her answer.
But it's very important. I will tell you now.
Bruce.
What is the word? And we will add
enough
water.
Yeah.
Water, and then I will add the vegetables.
Yeah, let me.
So guys, you've ever cooked boiled bones, you know? Do you add vinegar? And if you add, what quantity, you know? Those were about 4 bones. Why did she add 10? 10! In fact, it's not tablespoon, not teaspoonful. You know, this the cooking spoon, 10 of them. And then she does not tell us the relevance of that vinegar. I don't know how it tasted at the end of the day anyway. Then she's telling us now she'll add water and then vegetables. And I was like, okay, do we cook this and mix with the vegetables? It's getting messy. So let's get on and here.
We go for water, then okay. Rocio is saying in Google and tell us the importance of
Yes. I just read the recipe. Okay.
Send me to Saint-Tropez.
Now, as she's preparing, there's a comment that she made that has also does not sound well with a lot of people, because she said, if you want me to be in a village, take me to. Let's check that.
Today in my life. But no, I was still looking forward to a village life with an oven. Or maybe, God, if you want me to be in a village, take me to Saint-Tropez.
She wants to be in Saint-Tropez if God wants her to be in a village. So what is she trying to tell us? That she doesn't want Nyabohanse? Or what is she trying to say? No wonder. Maybe some people will be saying that she's leaving Nyabohanse to Saint-Tropez. And that she wants a village where there is an oven, right? So Marwa, come on. The man living your dream, you can make one here for your Argentinian wife so that she does not leave. She wants a village with an oven and you can do it in the villa. She also wants to be in Saint-Tropez. I don't know what is good in that place. Maybe somebody will be telling us here. But that's what she said herself here. So let's go on.
If you know what type of village Saint-Tropez is, let me know in the comments down below. So I can have village life.
That's it. She wants a village which is better than Nyabohanse, guys. And she's doing messy with the cooking, even from the meal that her father has cooked for generations. And I don't know why she has to keep mentioning her father in cooking this instead of her mother. Is it trying to prove a point to Marwa that you still have also to cook for me? I don't know what it means. I'm not very clear in that. Or is she proving that Angomo should continue cooking? That one I don't understand, because she keeps saying that my father used to cook buenos. He can do very well rounded ones, you know, crunchy ones. So is she trying to communicate to Maro indirectly? That's what I don't understand in this entire video. You know, reaction makes you think far much than what other people may just think of.
Could help me with this because I would have given up.
So you hear her. You hear her saying that she could have given up if not for Uncle Mo coming to her help. Yeah? Let's see how it ends. As she adds in water, she has added carrots. Let's see. There it is. There it is. Okay, so the bunulos are kaimati, guys. If you are watching ROCIO telling you that she's preparing bunulos, those are just kaimati in Kenya. And when she tells you that she's preparing bones, don't think she's preparing the Kenyan way. For Kenyans, I think we do just ensure that once we roast and we've removed the skin and the hide, we boil, you know. You boil for quite long, quite long. You boil in water for quite long before you can think of adding anything. But for her, it's a different make, but I think it's messy. So guys, as we come to the end of this, drop a comment in the comment section. Also, drop your comment and consider subscribing if you've not done so, because that really means a world to me. So let's wait for the next reaction that we'll be doing on a different aspect, that is Gintu and maybe Mayugno. Bye bye for now.